What is up? What is up? What is up? We are talking UFC, huge UFC card today. And Bully the Line on Twitter and Instagram is here to break it down. How you doing today, my man?
Good. Thanks, Eric. Thanks for having me on, man. Happy I have a good Saturday.
Great Saturday, great fights. Really looking forward to these fight cards. But before we jump into this, big announcement. Bully and myself, we're going to be doing a weekly, it's kind of like an in and out, just wham, bam, our three best bets of the football season. We're going to be starting on August 12th. We're going to give some futures out. It's going to be live. We're just going to come in, try to keep it under 15 minutes. That way it's just boom, 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 quick. Because you know what? Bully and we're like Vin Diesel. We live our lives a quarter mile at a time. We're flying through. So we know you guys are the same way. You want to know what to bet. You don't need us to talk for an hour. That's what we're trying to do. So we're going to start that August 12th. We're giving out some futures. So let's jump into this UFC card. What is your first play?
Yeah, man. I think this is going to be a great pay-per-view. I know it's not kind of sexy with all the names. You don't have your big names like your McGregors or fighting today. But I think overall, man, top to bottom, it's going to be a really good UFC 277. Just like last Saturday, UFC London didn't have a lot of sexy names, but a really great fighting card from top to bottom. So, man, my first bet that I'm going to roll with is definitely going to be the Morales fight. So I got Michael Morales and Adam Fugitt. I think that's how you say his name. But Fugitt's making his UFC debut, and he's actually taking this fight on short notice. There's actually 5 fights on the card where fighters are taking these fights on a short notice. So it's a short notice for him. Morales is 10 years younger than he is, and just a very overall round fighter than Fugitt. Really, a lot of people really don't know. I mean, some guy making his UFC debut, really don't know what you're going to get. I'm going to take Michael Morales, man, under 1.5 rounds at -115. I think that's the best value. Right now, he's money line -700, and not going to take a 700 -700 favorite, just not what I would do in, UFC. So I think the value here for me, under 1.5 rounds, -115. So that's going to be my first play, and that's on the undercard.
My first play, I'm going with my boy, Blood Diamond, +81 on Bet Online. I just really feel that his first fight in the UFC against Wells was just a bad matchup. You look at his gym, I'm spacing on his gym's name. I'm sorry. They just have a history of taking these younger guys, developing them. I think it's a really good matchup. I think the line is a little bit off. I have this closer to a pick 'em at 181. I feel this is great value, so I'm going to lock that in at +181.
Yeah, man, he's got an awesome name, by the way, for a UFC fighter, Blood Diamond. Like, how could that is like that? That's like he has to be a UFC fighter with that name.
It's funny because Bet Online has it as Blood Diamond. They're not using his real name. They have Blood Diamond on their page, which is kind of
yeah. So does Bovada, and I legit thought that was his real name. Like, I mean, usually like these betting sites, they don't usually do nicknames, stuff like those kind of things. They're usually by the book when it comes to names and those sort of things. But to have like a Blood Diamond name like on the betting card is actually kind of cool. So I think you have to bet them just on spite of that. Plus, you get 172 dogs. So
yeah, which is insane. What's your next play, my friend?
Yeah, man, I'm moving all the way up into the one of the main card of the night, Alexandria Pantoja versus Alex Perez. I have Pantoja, man, money line. Perez has not fought since November 22, and his last 6 fights have been canceled. So he's not been in the ring for almost close to 2 years now. And the thing with Pantoja is that he wants a title fight. He's fighting for a title fight. He's actually already beat Brandon Moreno and Kai Kara France already on the card ahead of him. So he's got a lot of motivation going into this fight. And so he wants that title fight. And Perez, he's lost his last 6 fights. 4 of them have been by submission. And Pantoja is a very good, submission specialist, good at Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, good, hard hitter too as well. So I love Pantoja with the money line. I got it at -174. This one is, currently, on Bovada is at 190. So obviously some money is coming in on that. But then I also sprinkle a little bit on Pantoja plus 350 by a submission to win. So a lot of motivation for Pantoja. I like the line. I even like it at 190. So I'm rolling Pantoja, man, money line tonight.
Yeah, ring rust or octagon rust. I'm sorry.
Could be.
Octagon rust is a real thing, and I really think that's going to play out. I like Pantoja in that spot as well. My next one, and I know we're going to be on opposite sides on this one. I'm going Lewis by KO plus 140. I was just looking into it by UFC stats. Sergey is eating 4.45 punches per minute against someone who has the most KOs in UFC history. I just feel you can't do that. Then I watched some of his fights. He's really stiff with this movement, which opens him up to get popped. So I'm going to take Lewis KO plus 140. I know he has a bad track record of fighting in his home state. I know he lost his last one, but Lewis has gone on record saying that he's just fighting to win money. His career's coming to the end. He can't afford another loss. I'll take Lewis here plus 140 for the KO on bet on.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's not a bad bet at all. This is basically a toss-up fight, honestly. The reason why I took Pavlovich, and I'll go into it, this is Derek Lewis's hometown, so he's fighting for his hometown again. He did get knocked out by Tuituila. I don't even know how to say his name.
I am brutal at names too, my man.
He got knocked out in his last fight, and kind of Derek Lewis has just kind of had the same kind of fighting strategy for about the last 10 years, and I think people are finally starting to figure him out. But that's the thing, is one punch by Derek Lewis and you're done. I'm just going to roll with a younger Pavlovich. He has about a 5-inch reach advantage on Derek Lewis. And also, he's younger. He's also, I think by 10 years, I think he's younger. I'll take that look at that really quickly. Maybe 1 second here. Yeah, he's 7 years younger than Derek Lewis. So I'm just going to roll with the younger fighter here, man, and roll with Pavlovich. Got him at the TK. Well, let me just say, somebody's going to get knocked out in this fight. It's either going to be Pavlovich or Derek. Somebody's getting knocked out. So one of us is going to win. That's for sure. And so I took the plus 110 on Pavlovich. So we'll see what happens. This is definitely going to be your big boy fight for the night.
Yeah. My biggest fear is that it just gets to that fight where it's like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Two big men. So part of me thinks this, and I want to ask you this. If there's no knockout in the first round, part of me is thinking live bet somebody to go to the decision, because no one's going to, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
So I think it's just going to get, so that's part of my strategy, but I agree with you. I think someone's going to get knocked out more than likely in the first round.
Yeah.
My next play, and I'm kind of thinking a little bit outside the box here. I'm going to the main event, Pena versus Nunes. Nunes, didn't have a full camp, just getting off COVID. So she wasn't really going to that fight as prepared as she should. She got caught with a couple punches, and then her ego kind of took over, and she was just like, I can't believe I'm losing to a striking contest to Pena instead of just taking to the ground. I really feel that she's going to learn from that. She's going to look to take this to the ground. Pena's last 2 losses were by submission. Nunes does have 4 submission wins in her UFC history. I found a Nunes by submission at plus 575. I really like that bet, so I'm going to lock that bad boy in.
Nice. That's a great price on that. Almost getting 5-1. Yeah, I think you're exactly right on all the points with Nunes. How she just didn't, she changed gyms. She had a lot of stuff going on with COVID and her kids, things like that. So a lot of that came into play, and I think this is going to be totally a new focus, Nunes. Just to prove that she's one of the greatest female fighters ever. And I took her by TKO and knockout or DQ plus 129. I think it's going to be a knockout. I think to me, but I think even getting a submission price at 550 is a great bet. But I'm going to roll with the TKO here. So I want to see someone get knocked out. So I'm going to go 129 on that one.
I'm looking forward to it. Should be a great fight. Now, you have 2 more play. Well, you have 1 more because you just gave the Nunes.
Yes.
Excuse me.
Yeah, I'm going back to the fight before that, Brandon Moreno and K-Car France. I pretty much have that one going the distance, minus 154. They fought last time, hard fought, unanimous decision there. So they went the distance in that one. I think it's probably going to be pretty much the same thing, with this fight. They both know each other. It's another rematch. So I got this one going the distance, minus 154. I want to kind of see where it may have moved on this one. Give me 1 second here. I'll see what the distance is now. Yeah, see, it's already moved up to minus 150. Oh, actually moving down, actually. So I got a 154, man. I got a little bit of a price reduction there. But I still like it to go the distance. I think this goes all the way. This is gonna go to the judges.
Yeah, I like that bet a lot. So there you have it, guys. My bets, Bully the Lines bets for the fight tonight. Make sure you give him a follow at Bully the Line on Twitter and Instagram. Make sure you give me a follow at ETOF21 Sports across the board, and be on the lookout on August 12th for our weekly football show. Good luck tonight, my friend.
Hey, thanks, Eric, man. Have you a good Saturday. Enjoy the weekend.